Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the DTV News Podcast with absolutely no name. That's the name of this podcast, the podcast with no name.
Yay.
I don't care what Chayton says. That's what we're naming this thing.
What does Chayton want to name it?
He has no clue, but we're going with the podcast with no name. That's how we're rolling. All right, today I am Randall W. Scott III, and I got the fabulous Marissa / Maddox / awesomeness next to me on my left.
Marissa Biscuit.
Marissa Biscuit.
No, Marissa, because W-Riz.
Oh, like the RZA,
No.
like
Yeah, yeah.
Wu-Tang?
No.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang?
No.
Wu-Tang? No? Well, you can throw up a Wu-Tang sign, man. We're okay. They're like for the children. Wu-Tang's for the children. Okay.
Wu-Tang.
All right. I also got Cammy in the house. What up, Cam?
What up?
All right, and I got Makayla.
Hey.
Okay,
Hey.
do we need to do intros here? Oh, wait, you got to get the applause button. Oh, wrong one. Jesus. Here we go already. Okay, we're going to stop with that. Here, let me put it up about halfway. There we go. Cool. All right. Okay, to today's episode, do we want to intro ourselves real quick before I tell you what the episode's about? Because they don't even know.
They don't know?
You guys don't know.
We don't even know.
we don't know.
About.
All right, quick intro. Cammy, tell us about yourself real quick.
I'm Cammy. I'm a junior, and I'm in DTV.
Baller for
I don't really
life.
have much.
No, that's a lot.
I'm Makayla, and I'm news director.
Word.
TV.
Oh.
I'm Marissa, and I'm the weather person here at DTV.
Weather like
I
Wu-Tang.
don't have a role.
It's all about the Dubs today, except for the Warriors because they can't win a game. That's for Chayton later. Okay. Anyways, here's the topic today. The topic today is fears, hopes, and dreams. All right, that's what we're going with.
Meek Mill.
We're go. Is that a Meek Mill song?
No.
Oh, wasn't he the one that got arrested? They were trying to free him.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't even know where. All right, we got Wu-Tang, but Meek Mill we don't know about. Okay, here we go. Fears, hopes, and dreams. Let's start with which one we want to start with, y'all. I'll give you guys a choice.
Hopes.
Hopes. Okay, here it is. Marissa, hope. What is your hope for the world? What's the thing you hope for the most?
To stop hate against everybody. Just all.
That's not funny. All right, no rim shot on that. All right, keep going. Keep going.
Wait. No, just to stop hate in general. Like, people can have differing opinions, but, like, I feel if somebody isn't hurting you, it's not a big deal to you. You shouldn't worry about it.
All right. We agree there's a lot of hate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where does this hate come from?
Social media.
Yeah?
How people were raised, probably,
Yes,
too.
yes.
And also, like, a fear of the unknown as well.
The abuse is the abuser.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
let's
abused.
stay on this hate thing for a minute before we go to the unknown, right? Because that's a legitimate fear, too. So we think it comes from a few places, right? How you're raised, social media, and what else? Anything else?
Ego.
Ego. That's a good place, too. Okay. All right. What about, do we think hate comes from fear itself? Since we're going to talk about fears later.
Depends on what you're talking about. I feel like you can.
Can you make a connection there?
Like afraid of failure?
Afraid of
No.
things that aren't like you?
No. Yeah. Like he wants to stop hate on everybody else, and that. Yeah.
Like, when I said fear of the unknown, I don't think it's necessarily a separate thing because I believe that's where all this hate comes from. Like, they don't know much about it. It's still a lot of stuff is still relatively new in this world, and so people have to get used to it, and some people don't want to.
What's new in this world that people aren't relating to?
Basically, like, the LGBTQ community itself is gotten a lot more relevant in today's media, especially like these past like 10 years or so. And yeah, pretty much just the hate against that community and other people as well.
Okay. All right. I think that's all legit stuff. That's my phone. And it shouldn't be ringing right now, but it is. Okay. Speaking on that, so, back when I was coming up, it was the gay community, right? And they were very relevant in the media. I don't know if you know that, but in the 70s, early 80s, it was a big thing, right? But you're right, and the mainstream media, as in like newspaper articles, fights. I mean, there was brawls, there were murders happening, right? There's all kinds of stuff happening. Especially in New York was a big epicenter of that. San Francisco was a big epicenter of that. But now, how is it different in the media?
I guess it's portrayal. There's a lot more awareness than there ever was in the world for it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yes.
people voice their opinions a lot, too, on social media, so you get a bunch of different opinions from different sides of views.
I feel that the rise of
Points of
social
views.
media has helped like the awareness grow a lot, especially.
Okay. How is do you guys know how television has changed or how everything else in the media has changed when it comes to acceptance?
I feel like they're pretty accepting, like television wise and media wise. We see a lot more gay characters and stuff, and LGBTQ.
When I was just a little bit,
Characters.
when I was just a little bit older than you guys, it was a big deal because Ellen came out and it was like the first gay kiss on air, right? Now it's in every show, right? So I think you're right. Media has come a long way on that.
No,
On
Total
that.
Drama Island now has gay characters. When I was younger, it was like nothing with the LGBTQ community.
You might be the only one who watches that, but it's good that they have that. It's good that they have. Okay,
Caleb watches
all
it.
right, Caleb watches this too.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the ringleader of the people who watch it. Okay, that's a really good hope to have. All right, what about you guys? What's your guys' hopes?
I hope our economy doesn't fail, and we're all, for my generation, is pretty much. I just hope it doesn't fail for us, and we have the chance to have a good economy, because we shouldn't be paying
I feel like minimum wage should
$3
go
for
up.
gas. I mean, minimum wage has gone up, but
It should go
so
up
has
more.
inflation, so it doesn't really.
Interesting. Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I've never heard that from a high school kid before. You're worried about the economy?
Yeah, I really get into economics,
Okay.
so I really think
What do you think's the worst could happen?
probably depression when we're in our prime, like our 20s and stuff, because there is talk about that. So
Okay. All right. You think it'll ever get bad? As I'm sure you studied the Great Depression, right, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You think it'll ever get that bad in this country again?
probably not, because we have different resources than they did in the Great Depression, and we know a lot more now. But just
What can a high school kid do about that?
Become president.
I don't know. I'm kind of more of the like fend for yourself, like save your own money, and
Get
do
that
your
money.
own thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got a stash underneath
Try
your
to
mattress?
save others. No,
You got like a big shoebox of dollars?
no.
Okay.
I don't.
I have a piggy
I got to
bank.
work on that because I have a really bad spending problem.
Yep. Me
Okay.
too.
All right. Stop the hate. Keep the money. What you got, Makayla?
For Britney Spears to actually tell her secrets, because I know there's something wrong.
Hollywood
with the
to come
backstory.
clean.
I just wanted to come up with like a more brighter topic, you know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like a true hope probably is, people to actually help the environment probably.
Okay. All right. In what ways? What do you think we need to do the most? What do you think is the most urgent?
Oil drilling. I feel like it's a big. I know it gives more jobs to people, but I feel like it's also hurting the planet at the
Right.
same time. But it's also like solar power, wind power is way more expensive. But I don't know. I
Okay.
just don't like how the climate. I don't like the whole climate change thing.
I love how these two things tie together. Cammy referenced gas prices, and if we stop drilling, guess what happens to gas prices?
Goes up.
Right. So we got to make some. We got to make some
Yeah.
sacrifices in order to hope for these changes. Right.
But back to Britney Spears, I just want to know why she shaved her head. You know, like what was that whole like? Do you know?
Hollywood
Because I was really young.
conspiracies.
I was really young when it happened. But now that I go back, I'm like,
Anyone want to take on Britney Spears?
Well, I watched a couple of documentaries about her like back in the late 2000s, and it was mainly just because of all the paparazzi. She said herself that she mainly shaved her head was because to get people like off of her, like to have people like get off of my back.
Okay, that's interesting.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and
I didn't know
basically
that was-
like her big publicized mental
But-
breakdown was because of,
oh my
because of her
gosh.
recent divorce. At the time, she was custody battle with her kids. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of that can put pressure on someone immediately, let alone all the paparazzi always in her face.
and her being like one of the
24/7.
biggest celebrities ever.
Yes,
Yeah.
and everyone always confided in her to be this one, person that she was, especially in her early years.
And why did the music industry also like make her have a high pitched voice? Because when she was younger, she used to have like a beautiful deep voice, and now it's like very high pitched. And I was so confused. Like Britney Spears seems like a whole conspiracy theory to me, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about Britney Spears. Like, honestly, if we kept talking about it, we can go on for hours.
What if I was to say that the problem with Britney Spears and one of the breaking points would have been us?
talking about her.
Yeah, we're so interested in her is the reason why the paparazzi's in her face all the time. Because we
Because
want
the
to know.
media, because they're like, what's happening with her? And then the paparazzi actually are able to get to her, and then she's like freaking out because people are talking.
Which goes to the way the record companies
makes a lot of
mold
sense.
stars in order to sell more records to have a broader appeal, which puts these young stars into the spotlight, and the pressure gets to them, and boom, and that's why maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, coming off of what you said, just expecting stars to be inhumane, not having feelings,
Yeah,
not having
like they're just like a pet, like
Yes,
a dog.
yeah,
They have feelings.
like that they can be molded, that they're not real human beings when they totally are.
But when I saw Harry Styles in concert, I didn't think he was real.
Well, we want
It
them
was
to,
crazy.
We want them to be what we want them to be. We want them to have our
Yeah.
image, right?
Yeah.
And so that could add some problems. I didn't think we'd go to Britney Spears here today. This is interesting.
I don't know. I just
And plus, that was like
I pay
15
attention to
years
that.
ago.
I pay attention to that. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's start down on this end. Let's go to let's go. What do you want to do? Let's go fears. Let's go. What are we talked about our hopes. What are our fears?
I'm really afraid of our government and
Yes.
the secrets and celebrities and Hollywood, and we're all afraid of that
Like the
type
whole
of stuff.
Illuminati thing. Yeah.
And the Met Gala that recently
Met Gala?
from last night,
Ooh. Don't you?
very much
Yeah.
Hunger Game. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I don't like any of that stuff.
Okay, so we got a couple of different things here. We're talking about secrets in the government, and you're talking about celebrities.
Well,
Gala.
I
Secret
think
society of celebrities that are
Gala.
running the world.
I think that everything is just all tied. It's all
Yes.
tied together.
Symbolism for everything. Like
Just-
just all
it's
is
weird.
together. It's weird.
And what do you think the goal of this Illuminati is?
Well, I mean, people say celebrities sell their souls to the Illuminati, and it's just
Gets them famous in like
gets
a
them
day.
famous and
Like that.
Like, for instance, last night was the Met Gala, and only certain people are invited to the Met Gala, like really big celebs, obviously. Big thing. Doja Cat 2 weeks ago just dropped a song with Nicki Minaj, who is one of the world's like biggest female artists to like forever. Nicki Minaj. She just dropped a song with Nicki Minaj. Like, that's kind of big because she doesn't really
yeah.
get. And then, not Doja Cat, Ice Spice. Who was I talking about? Was I talking about Ice Spice?
Yeah, because
No,
I
you're
know
talking about
Ice
Doja
Spice
Cat.
and
Oh, I
Nicki
didn't mean
Minaj
Doja Cat.
are-
I did not mean Doja Cat.
Oh,
I meant
Ice Spice.
Spice.
Yeah, Ice Spice
Yeah.
was there.
Dropped a song with
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
Where did
Minaj
she
2 weeks
come
ago,
from?
and Ice Spice was random. All of the little kids loved her. She just sprouted, and then all of a sudden everybody's obsessed with Ice Spice. Drops a song with Nicki Minaj 2 weeks ago, and is the Met Gala's secret guest last night, which is crazy to me.
Okay. All right. Are we serious here?
No, I am serious. Like, I think there's
Okay.
something deeper than celebrity. I don't know. It's
Rihanna's
just
halftime
weird.
show. Rihanna's halftime
That was
show.
bad.
It was really bad.
It was really bad.
So
But at the
that-
end, she
like-
did like that little
Okay.
Illuminati symbol.
So Ice Spice
Well,
and
that's-
Nicki Minaj and Rihanna's halftime show is affecting our lives.
Yes.
It just
How?
scares me. Like, that stuff scares me. It
no, just how
gets in my
secretive the
head.
government is. Like the government will
It's not
hide
just-
anything from
It's
you.
not just the government, but it's just like, I don't know.
right.
Aliens.
You do understand that
I feel like our world is so powered on social media and all that stuff. It's just, everybody is just like, ugh.
I think maybe you're
Running.
do you think maybe you're too close to this? Like you're too
No.
into it?
No.
Because
I
you
don't.
know-
Because it gives me something to do. I really like, I don't think I'm too into it. I really like looking at this stuff.
You know, stars have been collaborating for forever.
Forever. I know that.
And
I
it
know
hasn't changed
publicity.
world domination.
And I know publicity and like that could get Nicki Minaj having.
Nicki
like,
Minaj has made
getting
songs with
with
every
Ice
big
Spice.
artist in the last 20 years.
I know.
Every one of them.
I know, but Ice Spice is just so like. What? Like,
So
where did she
new?
even
Yeah.
come from? Like, where did she even come from? She gets invited to the Met Gala.
Probably because she's on the same record label as Nicki Minaj,
Oh,
and they're trying to promote her as the next big thing.
Realist.
Okay.
Realist.
Whatever.
Okay, I don't want to diss your stuff, but this is common, right? Kids really believe this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So Patrick Mahomes was at the Met Gala yesterday.
Yes.
He's the quarterback of my favorite team. I don't think his job is to take over the world. He might win a Super Bowl ring or 15 maybe, but he's not there to take over the world.
I don't think they're gonna take over the world. I just think it's scary. Like, it's just scary how, I don't know.
How rich
everybody's-
people hang out.
No.
What's scary about it?
Eat the rich.
What?
Can I say that? Was I not allowed to say that?
It's been said. It's been said.
If you're a cannibal, you can say that, I guess. I don't know.
I'm really scared of Kanye West.
Hot take. Kanye West just needs to be listened to.
No, like let's talk about how downhill Kanye West went, like his life, his personal life. Like he is actually like terrifying now.
Save this, Marissa. Save this conversation.
He's not scary.
I don't mean like
he's not scary.
No, not him himself. Not him himself. Like how downhill his life went. That's terrifying. Like I'm scared what's gonna happen next.
Okay, but I mean, getting in a divorce with your wife, having to owe her a bunch of money, that can happen to everybody. Honestly,
I think
But
you're all.
it's just like-
I think y'all are corny with this Illuminati mess.
no.
Beyonce.
These corny Illuminati.
Beyonce.
Okay. All right. Save me, son. What come on. What's your fear? What's your fear?
I guess just the future in general.
Oh, death.
See, that's
Death is
kinda where
very
I was
scary.
headed,
Like what?
but-
No, what's gonna happen after you pass away?
Yeah, because I know
Internal
there's,
life.
like,
If you sell your soul to the Illuminati, you have a job.
I mean,
what's scary about the future?
just that you don't know what's coming ahead in your life. Your life can change in a blink of an eye, anytime. So, like, I feel it just comes off at the point, like, enjoying your life to the fullest right now.
Okay. That's not funny. I don't know why you keep doing the rim shot thing. You can't give these kids toys. All right. Serious question.
Okay.
All right. So do we think that maybe our fears of the future, whatever you may be scared of, might lead to us believing in conspiracy theories to try to justify things or to take our eye off what's really bothering us, what's really our fear is? Because I know oftentimes, we need to find answers, right? And especially for scary things like the future, where there might not be no answers. And so if we could look to Nicki Minaj and say, maybe this means something, that maybe it's easier to look at that than to look at the reality.
No, because I don't think, like, the celeb conspiracies to me is, like, fun to, like, think about and, like, research. Like, I like that, but the whole other aspect of our government and the way politics are working out, I don't think that's fun. Like, I think that actually should be looked at more.
Okay.
I just don't like the way our politics are.
I wish you would have went with that, right? Because that's got some meat to it. That's got a little something. But you went right from that to the Met Gala, and I was like, what?
Has it always been like crazy with like Democrats versus Republicans?
Not this bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Like,
this
I
bad.
feel like there's
I don't know
always
what
been
happened.
a divide between them, but, like, recently in the past, like, 5 or so years, it's gotten huge.
Well, media also has just outblown everything.
Yes. I feel like quarantine.
Everything.
When quarantine happened and then the election happened, that's when it all blew up because it was in the same year. So it was just because people were at home bored and then they were going insane because they were at home bored. And then people changed how they thought. Because I feel like a lot of things happened since quarantine. Like a lot of people have changed. And I feel like when people are bored at home, they'll turn to social media and then like it was horrible.
Okay.
It was horrible.
All right. Okay, let's move. That's a whole nother episode. We are going to have a political conversation. That actually might happen next. So we'll save that for that, but I like that a lot. Okay, we got a couple minutes left. Let's hit our dreams. Now, this could be like dreams for the future or it could be the dream you had last night, right? So let's mix it up a little bit here on the dreams. So, Makayla, why don't you start with the dreams?
Ooh, dreams.
Dreams and nightmares.
I hope I retire at 30.
30.
I really want to hustle. I want to hustle as soon as I'm out of college. I want to be working so much, and then I'm retired, and I don't have to worry about it.
Love it.
For the rest of my life. I want to be a rich person, having someone serve me a pina colada while I'm sitting at my pool.
Will you invite me?
Put your money
obviously.
in a 401k when you start a regular job, you can put money into it without taxes and like legally until you're 59 and a half. You can withdraw the money without paying taxes on it. But if you're 30, you can withdraw the money, but you still have to pay taxes on it.
Right. And if you guys listen, this is a big thing. If you guys start early, start often, is it even though your paychecks are small to begin with, if you start saving now, I'm telling you, by the time you get to retirement age, you're You're gonna be balling.
Algebra 2, Mr. Miller.
That's provided we don't run into a Great Depression.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. One of your fears. All right, cool. Cam, give me your dream.
Go to Marissa next because I have to think about mine.
Okay, Marissa, what you got?
Just to, graduate college, decent enough grades, and be at least medium successful. At least somewhat successful in life. Get most of my aspirations out of the way. Not necessarily be a role model to some, but, just live life okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Cammy, what you got on your dream?
I want to uphold my title as being the problem child, and I just want to live my life and do the job that I want to have, and I just want to be I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I just want to be happy.
All right.
That's all I want to do.
Make sure it's that good trouble, that John Lewis
No,
good
yeah,
trouble.
it's not problem child, but it's like the...
Yeah, you're going to mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to challenge people.
Ooh.
Love it. Okay. Anybody else?
Could we end this with favorite Taylor Swift song?
Okay.
It wouldn't be DTV if we did it.
Okay, we'll do that, but let me tell you what my dream was going to be.
Oh, of
I
course.
legit had my first dream with Taylor Swift in it. It was not that. It was good. It was good. We were hanging out, and we were talking about the class. I was talking about the class with Taylor Swift, and we were talking about how we play her songs all the time. It was cool. Taylor was kind of cool. She was kind of cool to hang with. I'm for real. I had that dream. I had another dream, but I won't talk about that. But it has nothing to do with that. It was about me yelling at the class. No. I had a dream with us yelling at the class, but we'll talk about it. All right. Anyways, favorite Taylor Swift song. Forget my dreams. Let's go. All right.
Recently, it's been probably The One or Illicit Affairs.
Nice.
Illicit Affairs is so good. Tears
Okay.
of Cachet.
Where you
Folklore.
All of folklore. All of folklore. Just the best.
Top tier.
Oh, just amazing.
Top tier.
Fair enough. What you got?
I have a bunch.
All right. Give me your top 5.
Picture to Burn,
Picture to Burn.
Enchanted,
Yes.
All Too Well, 10-minute version,
Yes.
Karma, and Antihero.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take out the
Karma
last
is my
one
boyfriend.
and replace it with a folklore song.
This is where we need to be playing a Taylor Swift song
Cardigan.
on the way out, but we don't have that
That's fine.
ready yet. Getaway Car is my jam. Tim McGraw is my jam.
Absolutely.
There's about 20 other ones. I'm just gonna
I
stop
honestly
those two
forgot
right
to
there.
mention
Next
Getaway
to
Car.
the
It's an
kids.
amazing song.
Getaway Car. I do love the one too. Oh my god.
The bridge.
The One is so good.
There's about 20 of them. All right. Anyways, thank you for
Folklore.
joining us.
Folklore
This is
on
the
top.
podcast with No Name from DTV News. We out.